Whew, that took a while to do, but I'm finally done with this build, finally done with the video. There wouldn't possibly be anything that would come out in the Ash and Iron update that would potentially push this video back by a couple days, right? I really gotta get my life together when it comes to posting stuff. Oh my god. I'm not gonna extend the video any longer than what it already is. Just know that threadling proliferation and pack tactics do crazy stuff with this build as far as like damage. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and new Malpius. I don't know. Bungie makes up words. Okay, bye. It is time. It's finally here.
Time for that hunter build?
No. It's time to give the people what they've really been asking for.
Easier power grind? Great mechanics that aren't just bullet sponge bosses? Vault space? Affordable housing?
Wow, now I feel like what I had isn't all that great. Appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sure it's still important. Just go ahead and say it.
It's the jaded build I promised like 2 months ago.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm sure somebody's excited to see it.
Anyway, I finally decided to debut the build that you've all been waiting for. I appreciate the patience, and I'm sure it won't disappoint.
I'm already kind of disappointed if I'm being honest.
I'm not even sure I count you as a person, so that's fine.
Ouch.
So, to start this 4-course meal of green stringy goodness, we need...
Banter! 誰もストランドの C の力を知らない。
No. I'm tired of weirdos coming in and hijacking my videos. I don't even know what the you're even saying.
He's saying we don't know what true power is.
Oh, that's bullshit. You speak Japanese?
No, I don't. I speak space Japanese.
What the hell is even that?
It's a certain dialect where any errors are automatically corrected.
That doesn't make sense.
I know, right? Legend says it was created over 10,000 years ago to combat malcontents in the comment section who wanted to correct speech instead of focus on the content being presented to them.
Convenient.
彼の言っていることはよくわかるが。
He seems kind of angry.
No, he just wants you to show the build.
Okay, well, can you tell him I'll start as soon as there are no distractions?
Sure. Are you please be patient as we are
Holy sh! Oh my god, I'm offended and I'm not even Japanese.
もし君がこれからもボリの遊びの続くら君が永遠っていう西がみつ悪にがないよう西がみついる土手を失う目に君終わるせとやろ
He said sure, and you can understand you, so you gotta. I'm only gonna interpret what he's saying. I'm not gonna speak to. He can understand us. That's fine.
Okay, cool. What we've all been waiting for, the jaded juggernaut. This powerhouse.
バケゲって名前だ。このビルドは私。Hisuiにちなんで名付けられる。
He said the build's name is Hisui.
Okay, whatever. Just let me just talk about the build, please. Oh my god.
続く。
The Hisui is an improved version of the Jaded Juggernaut. With the addition of the new artifact mods and the stat rework, this build really took off. There are plenty of builds that use wishful ignorance, but none that I've seen have this much synergy and tools working together to get this much benefit. Now, if you remember from that video I put out centuries ago, the stars of this show are wishful ignorance and tessellation. Wishful ignorance saw a major glow up after the stat rework, and it's putting out some pretty decent damage. Although it was nerfed recently, this bad boy still puts out. The tessellation, however, has kind of been slept on as of late. I know it's been used a lot in the speedrun community, but outside of that, I don't think I've ever seen, really honestly, anyone use this gun. But that's what the Off-Meta Master is for, shedding light on these old forgotten toys. So after a little bit of extra consideration, I decided that I did want to take a primary in there because for some reason, yeah, I don't know if it's something along the lines of like a famine mod or whatnot, but I was running out of special ammo like crazy. I had nothing, so I decided to go primary. I have a Retooled build that you will see at the end of it, featuring a primary version, which should be a little easier in the harder end content. Okay, later.
確かに。
The build breakdown is as follows. We're on Strand Titan with Grapple Grenade. Aspects will be Banner of War for heals and melee regen, and Flechette Storm for ranged melee and unraveling. Fragments we have Thread of Propagation, Warding, Transmutation, and Generation. For the artifact requirements, we have Tightly Woven, Diviner's Discount, Elemental Benevolence, Refresh Threads, Threaded Blast, Elemental Daze, Elemental Coalescence, Shield Crush, and Tangled Web. Now let's talk Blicky. I recommend double special for this build to keep the damage peak, so Thread of Generation can snack on those big numbers and provide them boomies we love so much. You can really rock whatever you want, but I feel that Festival of Flight does wonders for ad clear, and Mint Retrograde works well for single target damage. Don't forget to slide in that Temporal Blast, and if I'm going to be honest, it'll probably be on any and all weapons that can slot it. I use Thin Precipice for the meme, but anything works as you barely use your heavy, and you can do whatever here. You'll probably never pull it out. For the armor mods, on the helmet we have Harmonic Siphon, Special Ammo Finder. On arms we have Grenade Font and 2 melee fonts. On the chest we have Health Font and 2 Harmonic Ammo Generation mods. On legs we have I mean, the really thing you only need is like Harmonic Scavenger, but Absolution and Holster mods are helpful. And for class, we have Powerful Attraction and 2 Time Dilation mods.
This is really boring. When can we get to the good part?
This is equally as important as the execution. We gotta go through this stuff so people know exactly what's going on.
人気のないのおじさんの意見。
The build works by cycling ability energy using various tools and methods we've armed ourselves with. We always start by converting our nade into a laser blicky thick boy, then we slide into community hands and we just watch our health grenade and melee regen hella fast. Grab generation as well as the perk on tessellation will help convert your damage into grenade energy. Rocking Banner of War while using Wishful Ignorance will generate a healing pulse and will give you melee energy based on the number of allies healed. Outside of any bugs in the game, the addition of the font mod further increases those energy gains by a large margin. I honestly feel like this may be one of the stronger builds in D2, but it does suffer when running solo content. This is more of a team-based build since the healing pulses really only give you enough melee energy back when you are actively healing your allies. It does really good damage, but you can kind of see it taper off toward the higher end in some of the content where you're about 40 to 50 below power level.
適切。ああ。あんた、あの人種別主義者のクズ野郎と好き合うのはやめた方がいい。兄貴はいいんだ。
Oh, looks like he's eased up a little bit. What did he say?
He said good job, and he thinks me and you should definitely hang out more often, and that I'm definitely not racist.
Oh. Okay. Neat. Like I mentioned earlier, we did a small retool to it. The only thing that has changed in the subclass would be Thread of Fury. I can't remember what it replaced, but we're using Thread of Fury now. I also made a minor adjustment to the stats, more of a major adjustment, but we are now running 199 melee, so melee as high as possible if you can do that, and then health high as well for the survivability. And the new mod breakdown is going to be helmet with hands-on, heavy ammo finder, harmonic siphon. For arms, we have heavy-handed, grenade font, and a secondary grenade font. In chest, we have charged up, strand ammo generation, and then another strand ammo generation. And then on legs, we have Strand Weapon Surge, and then another Strand Weapon Surge, and then Strand Scavenger. And then on the class item, we have Time Dilation, another Time Dilation, and then Powerful Attraction. For the artifact mods, we're running Diviner's Discount, Tightly Woven, Elemental Benevolence, Refresh Threads, Threaded Blast, Elemental Daze, Elemental Coalescence, Shield Crush, and Tangled Web. This build specializes in high uptime and burst damage as well as survivability. Tessellation might not be the biggest boy out there when it comes to damage, but it does wonders when clearing a room and spreading elemental debuffs to anything that survives the initial blast. In tandem with Tangled Web, this will basically cause a suspended burst, which in turn will give you more access to things like Threaded Blast, bigger booms, so you're kind of comboing all that stuff together. It does a crazy amount of damage on the initial blast and then sets you up to continually have that over and over again. Of course, with all the damage that you're doing, you're also recharging grenade energy at the same time, which then leads to more booms and more of the same. It's rinse, wash, repeat with just this aspect of the build by itself. When you throw in Wishful Ignorance and Unraveling, you then have a constant source of damage, as well as the damage you're doing with those room add clear booms, and you have like infinite grenades. It's crazy. It's not instantaneous that you get it back, but it's fairly quick. Usually after one volley of Flechette Storm, you'll have the entirety of your grenade back and load in another grenade for the big boom. All while having your tangles regenerate over and over. It's just a lot of room-wide damage going around constantly. With the double special version of the build, you will see it drop off a little bit in the higher end content since it's so hard to keep ammo up. But when you have the primary version, it tends to run a lot better, especially since you'll have more ways to stun champions and then do consistent damage to the boss. It also tends to not be so strong in solo content since you'll need your allies there to be healed in order to regen the melee. I would not suggest running this in solo op. There are plenty of other builds that you can use that are much more self-sufficient in terms of high uptime on abilities as well as doing good damage. If I was to say make a brand new ratings chart on how well this build goes, because it's totally original that I do that, I would say this build is about an A plus, maybe strong A, maybe not A plus, like an A, but it's really good. And I think you all should definitely give it a shot if you are a Titan main. And that's it. That's the build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. And be on the lookout for my newest, latest, greatest build series, the bonus round. It's more of a conversational kind of video where I'm more of talking about the build and not so much of all the song and dance and crazy characters and that kind of stuff. Just something so I can help more of these builds out quicker, because man, oh man, I have a whole notebook filled with different things, and there's some crazy stuff out here. I even have stuff scheduled for like Halloween that is going to probably frighten a few of you with some of the exotic choices that I decided to make. So yeah, be on the lookout for that reveal video too. But outside of that, I have nothing else to talk about. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I'll see you next time.